Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. J.W. Stewart along with Bruce Barber. And Bruce, we got a full house today.
Well, yes, we do, because J-Dub, it is Charger 360 Championship Edition. Oh, wow.
It is. We're pleased to be joined today by two members of our champion NE10 champion women's tennis team. Chris Raffone is the coach, and Valentinna Ferrarini, how did I do?
Perfect.
Is our #1 singles player. And both are here today. And Chris and Valentina, thanks for being with us on Charger 360. And congratulations on bringing home the school's first conference championship in women's tennis.
Thank you so much. We're honored to be here.
And of course, Valentina.
Thank you so much for having us.
The heavy lifting. The heavy lifting.
As it should be.
No, everything.
Before we get into talking about the championship and showing some of the cool video and pictures that you brought along, let's start with your path to the University of New Haven. Obviously, both of you have a different path, but Chris, we'll start with you. You know, the program's been around for a while, but you've kind of taken it to the next level. Where are you from, and tell us about how you got here to UNH.
Oh, thank you so much. From Hamden, so a town over. Grew up with a tennis racket in my hand. My father introduced me to the sport, and actually was an alumni here. One of the reasons why I came to University of New Haven as the tennis coach. We lost him 10 years ago, and when this job opened up, I had some other college offers, but being at the school, walking the grounds that my father did was something that was very special to me and is very special to me. I hold dear to my heart.
And Valentina, you're from a little further away than Hamden.
Yes. So, same, born and raised with the racket. I'm from Brazil, so it was definitely very different than here. My parents don't play at all. They were like, one day, they were like, it's time for you to play a sport, so why don't you just try like tennis or something? And they have no idea still how it works. Like, my mom is very supportive. They try a little bit, but they just cheer and that's it. And my sister has played with me for forever. We started together when we were like 7 and 8. And then we've been practicing, and then I wanted to try something new. So when I turned 18, I was like, maybe it's time for me to try college, see if I like it, see if it's different, and it changed my life, honestly.
Wow, wow. And you were telling us you are, refresh me, your major is international
affairs. Yes.
So, and you were pointing out something we like to point out, that we have an amazing program here at the university.
Great professors, like a lot of support, because it's a mix. This major is very like broad. So you have a little political science, you have national security, you have a lot of diplomacy in the middle. So you have the opportunity to go through all these fields and then kind of like see what you want. And then you just have these professors that are very good. We have great programs in the school that you can just decide what you want to do. And then they are very supportive. It's a great program. No complaints. Love it.
So how did you, I mean, you said you want to go to school in the United States. You could have chosen any college or university in the United States. How did you get paired up with the University of New Haven? How did the road lead from Brazil here to West Haven?
I actually have the conversation with my roommate all the time. And we're like, because she's from Paraguay, and my other roommate's from Japan. So we were like, how did we all three ended up in New Haven?
Wow.
Like how, you know? So so basically, my mom has always has this love for New York. So we were thinking that we wanted something. Oh.
That's all right. You go ahead and get that.
That's mom.
No.
Actually, right now.
Mom is like,
She actually texted me.
You're saying
That's
nice
crazy.
Better not be a D1 tennis school looking for.
Yeah, exactly. This is another
Staying here.
offer.
This is UCLA reaching out.
Right. Get rid of that phone.
I'm happy it's not over there. I would have to go already. No, yeah. So when I turned 18, I wanted to try something new, and then I had a lot of offers and different things, and more to the south, more to the east, to the west coast. And I was like, do I want to go to a place maybe that has closer to like big cities? So because I really like this life of like being able to go to different places, go to the mall, go to the movies. I'm very active. Like I have a lot of energy, so I want to do different things. And then I saw the school. They offered me a good amount of money. And then I was like, why not, you know? And I remember it was the previous coach. She was starting this new program, and she was like, I need someone to like, the same as like Chris' stories, like she wanted something like inspiring. I wanted something that it would make me, when I get better, it would make me when I like thrive, you know? And then I saw this program, and I was like, maybe this is my opportunity to be better and to offer something, you know? And then I was like, okay, and then it ended up like this, so worked
And
out.
we lucked out.
Yeah, no doubt,
know.
no doubt. Had the major, had the tennis program that
Yes.
you wanted, and certainly it's worked out for both of you and the entire team. So walk us through how this year went, and especially, you know, kind of set the scene for us with regard to, you know, the day you won the conference championship. You guys ran the table this entire season.
Yes.
So Chris, I'll let you start telling the story. We got some video that we'll put up on the monitor to try to highlight what you're talking about.
Coming into, there's the fierce competitors we have. These,
Look at that.
They are fired up.
I have never been around a team that had so much competitive passion. From the coaching staff, myself and Ari, to the players. Every player was engaged and totally into winning this championship. This is my second year here at UNH, and the first year we came up short in the semifinals because of an injury. We were about to win, and one of the players sprained her ankle and had to default. So the rally cry for the entire season this year was to get back and get this job done. And it was always the job's not finished. We would win the regular season. We'd beat teams that the school had never beaten in program history. And we just were never satisfied. These ladies were never satisfied. Valentina is one of our leaders. She's a fierce competitor on the court. I don't know if you can tell here, but she's not the tallest player. She's not the strongest player, but her heart is bigger than every player. I've coached a long time, high school, college. I've been to 3 different colleges now with coaching, and I've never had a competitor quite like Valentina. And I think that's kind of what draws us together is we're both really competitive people. Our drive to win, we would not let this team fail. We were going to get this job done. And for me, the championship was more of a relief because here we are undefeated all regular season. And here we are in the postseason, the championships. We're hosting the finals because we're the #1 seed. There was no, part of me that it could not happen.
Yeah, I know.
Like we could not lose. Right. We were refused to lose. So the relief that we did it and we finished it, ran the table, and to do it with such young, great young ladies, highest GPA in the school.
Wow.
The list goes on and on. We had all conference players throughout the lineup. It wasn't just about the top players. Our depth carried us through. And Valentina can continue from there.
Yeah, no, if I can add on all that, thanks, Coach, though. But for me, I think the biggest thing about this whole season is like the players and how we are so connected. Like every single player, it doesn't matter the position, we're actually like trying so hard and we are like friends and we love each other. And sometimes we're playing and we're like in this tough position. Like Chris can do, like he helps us, he brings us up, but we look at each other and we're like, you got it, you got it. So we have a lot of that, we have a lot of talk. We're friends, like we hang out every day. It's not only about practice, it's like an amazing environment. And we started winning and we started to look at each other like, maybe we're doing something here.
Wow.
And then we have this whole lineup. They are all, like every single player is like so different and so good and we can just have like amazing practice. Chris and our assistant coach, Ari, they did this amazing season. Like we were like practicing hard, running a lot, and we were just enjoying, which is not as easy because it's a lot of time, a lot of pressure. And we were just winning, and we were just like, we want more, and we want to keep playing. And then by the end, we were all exhausted, but we were crying because it was done.
And
why
don't you go ahead and lift the hardware?
Oh my God.
Oh,
I might need some help here. Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's put it right up here.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
How did you celebrate with all your friends? That you could tell us.
Yeah, so...
I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, he wasn't there for sure. So we kind of took it home.
Okay.
We didn't know if we could or not. We just kind of like embraced it. We got this speaker that we have like a big this big box.
Yeah, like a JBL.
Like a JBL,
yeah.
and we were just like, I was just gonna like sing a little bit, have the trophy. We would pass the trophy around, have like some like drinks a little bit, but like nothing crazy. It was all amazing, and we were just so happy. It was like, and we have some videos of it. It's like genuinely everyone is just so like enjoying it. It's like I've never seen anything like that.
That picture, we're getting rings
yeah.
We got to get sized up for our
Okay.
championship
I
rings.
was going to ask
Yes.
you, what is this? What does this mean?
Yeah, so
That's where the
Showing
ring.
yeah.
That's where the ring's gonna go.
Gotcha.
Placeholder.
Gotcha.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good. It seems to be not scuffed up at all. So it's
No,
obvious
we
that
were
you
taking very
took
good care of it. Yes.
It's in my office.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it going to be in your
Yeah.
office? Yeah. Wow.
It was amazing.
I let him
like-
have it for a few days, and then or
Kinda like
we'll
the
put it in
Stanley
the
Cup,
trophy
right?
case at UNH. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's interesting. It makes me think that there's so many amazing things about a college journey, but making friendships like that, the kind of bond, that
It's incredible.
It's got to be just game changing.
And we have to say that like we always have good players. Like the whole program is always building, but then we got these new players. They brought this energy, and then Chris, he's like, let's go. And we needed this push. We needed like something to motivate. So it was like going back and forth. Like he was motivating us, we were motivating him, and everyone was just like going through, and we were just helping each other. It was, I don't know. It was no words to describe it.
There's something beautiful about the first ever. No one could ever take that away from us. We are the first ever women's tennis team to win the NE10. Not to mention, Valentina and Kareem won the ITA Regionals, which is a tougher tournament than the NE10 because that's
Wow.
all the
It was
Division
awesome.
II East Coast
Wow.
conferences together. And Risako Umikuni won the singles in ITAs. So we collected a lot of hardware, but one of the things I want to say is that the friendships that have been forged with her and her roommates, the Paraguay and Japan, Kareem and Risako, and all the rest of the girls from 7 different countries, I'd still tell them that's why I got back into this, because I loved being on a team. And it's an individual sport that we're trying to make a team sport. And the fact that they came together, and I said, if you lose your individual match but the team wins, you won.
Yep.
And vice versa. If you win and the team doesn't come through, we
Doesn't matter.
lost. And they really bought into that concept, the team concept. And it's not easy with tennis players because they're coming from this individual sport background.
Yeah, and we're best friends.
I don't know about you, J-Dub, but I'm getting kind of fired up right now.
Yeah, that's the whole season was
come
like this.
on.
You guys want to play us in doubles?
Yeah. Run through the wall.
Exactly.
I actually, you were talking about all the international players. It's like you've got the United Nations on your team.
Yeah.
Tell us about you said how many players from how many countries, and how the heck did you recruit all of them to come here?
So this was my first recruiting class, the championship team. We had 5 freshmen, 1 from Spain, and 2 from Austria that actually, Lenny and Laura, that played doubles together in Austria.
Yeah.
And I just recruited them not knowing that they knew each other. They're like 3 or 4 hours apart in Austria. But there are agents for these ladies, and they're emailing me every day. And we go through the videos, Ari and I, and we kind of try to, sometimes we butt heads on whose game is what. I love recruiting freshmen that I can mold over 4 years, which is it's college athletics these days is kind of an old school way of thinking. But that's just who I am. And I told the whole staff when I got hired, I have to do this my way. Frank Sinatra, it's got to be my way.
You're so
and the girls know it too. And it's just
We know.
the way we've done it. Passion, energy. Sometimes they have to tell me to calm down. They're like, Coach.
Brazil, Austria, Paraguay, Luxembourg, Spain, and Japan.
Yes.
That is incredible. You talked about coaching. And tennis coaching is a little different than coaching, say, football or basketball. You mentioned that Valentina and her players are doing the heavy lifting. What are you doing during a match? Like, what can you do as a tennis coach? Do you have much of a say? Do you get to call timeouts and talk to them?
So
Yeah.
every changeover, we talk to them, which is every 2 games. Okay. So you're in their ear a lot. And you have to feel each player's, how much they want to be coached. And that's an art form. Mm-hmm. Some players like Valentina in her junior year, and she's well beyond her ears in tennis, I didn't need to coach that much. But some of the freshmen, they needed to be uplifted, and we needed to have a game plan. Let's work their weaker side, hit to their backhand, come into the net, let's play an all-court game, whatever it was. But there are, there are some nuances to it. But you're right, it's not football, but I kind of bring a football mentality
Yeah.
to it.
We have that.
And that's just the way I am. I'm wired that way. I came from a team. I played every sport.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I tried to give the football coach some ideas. He doesn't want to hear me. I'm ready to go.
So,
I just want to do tennis. I want to do it all.
as you can tell, it's like an amazing vibe here at the University of New Haven. And so, Valentina, let's conclude by, we always like to ask, students, what would you say to families that are considering sending their son or daughter to the University of New Haven?
I think in terms of as a student, I think here you get to build like a network of connections that I've never seen it before in my life. You get to know a professor, then the professor knows someone else, and then you know a student, and that's how you get into jobs. So I see that a lot, and I have my advisor helping me with internships, and then I have my Model UN professor helping me to connect with other person, and then all these programs, they just connect, and the professors communicate, and then I have my friend that needs help, and then we can like all figure that out. And that's, in a student vibe, I think that's very necessary, because you're here, you're lost, you're like, where am I going? Like, what is the internship that is good for me? Like, should I just don't do it? Like, where should I go? And they actually help, they guide you. They like, I cannot tell you what you want, but I can guide you to find out. And here's the thing that I see it a lot. And as an athlete, we have the athletes department that they're super supportive. Like, they help us a lot. We always like go inside, we ask questions, we ask for books, we ask for money, we ask for help, and they're always willing to try to help and to provide whatever they can. And then they give us like, I don't know, it's just a lot of love, a lot of support from everywhere. Like, you can walk around and like ask people's help and they're gonna help you.
I want to go back to school now.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
In tennis,
Sign me up.
in tennis, we call that an ace.
That's a
Right,
nice.
that's exactly what
right
you
there.
just did.
Boom.
All
Yes.
set.
Drop the tennis racket and walk away. That's
Yes, our work here is done.
Hey, that'll wrap
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you both, Valentinna Ferrarini and Chris Raffone from our women's tennis team. Thanks for bringing the championship trophy. You guys have earned it. Congratulations, and thank you for representing the University of New Haven in such a positive and professional manner.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach, for inviting.
That'll wrap up another edition of Charger 360. If Bruce and I tried to play doubles, it would be bagel. And
Let's go, J-Dub. Let's
And
go.
probably some pulled hamstrings, too. For Chris and for Valentina, for Bruce, I'm J.W. Stewart. Thanks for joining us here on Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. See you next time, everybody.